My Name is Mayo, a game made by Green Lava Studios. Each game that is created has a true purpose to challenge the player. Some challenge you by being harder and require skill for you to overcome the barriers that the game has put in front of you. Others try to challenge your problem solving techniques by making you explore other ways to find a solution that you wouldn't have normally looked at before. There are even some games that challenge you emotionally by presenting you a scenario that you as a person must overcome so that you can carry on the journey. There are games, however, that were made to find your breaking point and to test your determination to see something to the end. And that's where this game fits in, but not in the same way Dark Souls or Bloodborne is. Instead of the gratification of beating a hard boss that you found yourself repeating over and over again, with this game you get well, nothing. The only way to describe this game is it's a point and click adventure, except the only thing you have to point at is one thing and click it 10,000 times.
What the fuck?
You can click using either the X button or the touchpad, but if you press both of them at the same time it counts as 2 clicks, meaning if you can get a rhythm going with both hands, you can get to the end of the game in half the time you would have just using one. But if I was to say there's nothing here except clicking a jar of mayo, I'd only be half telling the truth. Because My Name is Mayo hasn't just got one storyline, it has 4, with each one having its own crazy outfits to put on your jar of mayo as you click. The first one allows you to put a bikini on the mayo. It seems to be about the jar flirting with the player, breaking the fourth wall and asking the player if they prefer the jar in this colour bikini, or in this colour bikini, or without a bikini top at all. It's a complete tongue-in-cheek joke that I actually found quite amusing and wasn't expecting in a game that relies on you only clicking a jar of mayo. The second storyline also follows a female jar of mayo, but this time it's about one who feels like they're being suppressed from following their dreams by their parents. She wants to grow up to be a rock star and play guitar, but her dad wants her to be more like him. As the story goes on, she's allowed to express herself more, but it doesn't exactly end the way you'd think. The third being a short story of a philosopher who starts the story by quoting Forrest Gump's
Life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
and saying how that phrase is just a load of rubbish, but also spends the entire story trying to come up with a better way to explain life to you, and he can't. And the last one being a story about a man who tried to swoon a woman and how the night panned out for him. To continue the storyline, you must transform the jar into an object that coincides with the next part of the story, such as putting a cheese outfit on for his cheesy jokes, and placing the jar on an armpit because his apartment looked like an armpit. I think I'm putting too much thought into these storylines, they're really not that deep. As you're going through each story and clicking away, you'll also be unlocking random facts. Some are actually really interesting to read, such as random fact number 1500, every human spent half an hour as a single cell. Others are just there to be silly, such as random fact number 500, stressed is just dessert spelled backwards. But don't worry, there's not actually thousands of facts to unlock, there's only 12 and they're all unlocked by, you guessed it, clicking the jar of mayo.
Duh.
After you've finished each story, you'll probably only have a couple thousand clicks to unlock, which may sound like a lot, so you better buckle down and get that thumb workout in. I found it easier to put a YouTube video on so I could watch something while I did it. And if you're struggling to find things to watch, here's a link to my Final Fantasy VII video. No, didn't want to click that? How about a link to my Batman Arkham City video? No? Okay. Overall, I would recommend this game to anyone who either really wants to get an easy platinum trophy, only took me half an hour to get through it while I was double tapping, or for someone who's bored and wants to fill up the time. The game is really cheap, I think it's like £1 on the PlayStation Store, so if you're interested then go give it a look. And on the side of getting the platinum trophy, it just comes down to if you've got the game, then just get the platinum trophy, it's really easy. And if you haven't got the game and you want a platinum trophy, then get the game, it's really easy. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Yay!